My name is Daniel Carter. I am 42 years old. I live in a small town in Ohio, USA. I am not rich, not famous, just a normal working man. I never thought my life story would matter to anyone. But if you are listening to this, maybe my story will make you think about marriage, about judgment, and about how easily we misunderstand the people closest to us. People used to say I had a bad wife. For a long time, I believed them too. I met my wife, Emily, when I was 28. She was quiet, serious, and not the smiling type everyone loves instantly. I was working as a warehouse supervisor, long hours, low pay, but honest work. Emily worked at a local clinic as a medical assistant. We were not deeply in love like in movies. We slowly became close. She listened more than she spoke. I liked that. After 2 years, we got married. No big wedding. Just family, simple food, and honest promises. The first year was normal. The second year changed everything. I lost my job when the company downsized. Suddenly, I was home all day, sending applications, waiting for calls that never came. Emily kept working. She paid the bills. She never complained, but she also never comforted me the way I expected. She didn't say, "It will be okay," every day. She didn't hug me when I felt low. She just went to work, came home, cooked, cleaned, slept. Slowly, I started to feel alone in my own house. My friends noticed it too. "Your wife is cold," they said. "She doesn't respect you." Some family members agreed. They saw that Emily didn't talk much, didn't show emotions in public, didn't praise me. In their eyes, she was a bad wife. A good wife, they said, should always support her husband emotionally, especially when he is struggling. I started believing that story. When I finally got another job, the damage was already done inside me. I was angry. I felt small. I felt like a failure as a man. Instead of talking to Emily, I blamed her silently. I worked extra hours. I stayed out late. I avoided home. When Emily asked simple questions like, "Did you eat?" or "Are you tired?" I replied with cold answers. I wanted her to feel what I felt. One night, after a long argument, I shouted, "You are a bad wife. You never cared about me." The words came out fast and sharp. Emily didn't shout back. She didn't cry. She just looked at me, nodded slowly, and went into the bedroom. That hurt me more than shouting would have. I felt powerful for a moment, then empty. Weeks passed like that. Silence. Distance. We lived like strangers. I started thinking about divorce. Many men around me said it was the right choice. "Life is too short," they said. "You deserve happiness." I agreed. Or at least I wanted to agree. Then one morning, everything changed. I woke up early and noticed Emily was not home. Her phone was on the table. That was strange. She never went anywhere without it. I saw a small envelope next to the phone. It had my name on it. Inside was a short note. It said, "Daniel, I am at the hospital. Please don't worry. I didn't want to wake you. I will explain later." Emily. My heart started racing. I rushed to the hospital. After searching for some time, I found her room. She was lying on a bed, pale, with an IV in her arm. A doctor stopped me outside and asked, "Are you the husband?" I said yes. He looked at me carefully and said, "Your wife has been coming here secretly for months." That sentence shocked me. Secretly? For months? The doctor explained everything. Emily had been diagnosed with a serious kidney condition over a year ago. It was not life-threatening yet, but it required constant treatment, strict routines, and mental strength. She chose not to tell me because I was already unemployed and depressed at that time. She didn't want to add more pressure. She worked extra shifts to cover her medical costs. She saved money quietly. She lived carefully, all in silence. I felt like the ground disappeared under my feet. The doctor continued, "She always asks about you. She worries if you are eating well, sleeping enough, managing stress." She refused emotional support groups because she said she needed to stay strong for her husband. I walked into the room slowly. Emily looked at me and tried to sit up. I told her to stay still. For the first time in months, I saw fear in her eyes. Not fear of illness, but fear of disappointing me. She said softly, "I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I didn't want to be a burden." A burden. That word broke me. All this time, I thought she didn't care. But she was carrying everything alone. Her silence was not coldness. It was strength. Her distance was not disrespect. It was protection. She wasn't a bad wife. She was a tired one. I sat next to her bed and cried. I didn't care who saw me. I told her everything I had felt, all the wrong thoughts, all the anger. She listened, just like she always did. When I finished, she held my hand and said, "I thought loving you meant staying strong." That day changed my understanding of marriage forever. Emily recovered slowly. I changed too. I learned to ask questions, not make assumptions. I learned that not all love is loud. Some love works quietly in the background, paying bills, hiding pain, protecting dignity. Society often defines a good wife as someone who speaks sweet words and shows emotions openly. But real life is more complex. People still ask me sometimes, "How is your wife?" I smile and say, "She is the strongest person I know." I don't call her bad anymore. I call myself lucky. This is my story, a husband and wife story, a real-life marriage lesson. If you are a man listening to this, remember this. Silence does not always mean lack of love. Before you judge your partner, try to understand their battles. Sometimes, the person you think is hurting you is actually protecting you the most. I once had a bad wife, at least that's what I believed. Now I know the truth. I had a good wife in a hard situation, and I almost lost her because I didn't listen.